Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this audio, we will be talking about TERESA holding up the whole New Jersey production, Shannon Bedore using HR buzzwords to get a castmate fired, Sheena getting banned from Lisa's hotel, and Jax getting caught on a hot mic threatening a co-star. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahite. Welcome to the Reality TV audio podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day.
So, I feel like we just need to jump right into this deep dive because, wow, the meta layer of reality television is just completely out of control right now.
Oh, absolutely. It's not even hidden anymore.
Right. Like, we always think of reality TV as just, flip tables and tequila shots, and we assume it's this chaotic, unscripted drama. But if you really look at it, it's essentially an incredibly high-stakes, multi-million-dollar corporate workplace.
Yeah, playing by the exact same ruthless rules as any Fortune 500 company.
Exactly. And we have this huge stack of recent reporting from Reality Blurb today that just proves it. It's not messy friends fighting. It's a masterclass in modern labor disputes.
And brand protection. And legal liability, honestly.
So true. The fourth wall is just entirely collapsed. The cast members, they aren't just reacting. They are actively producing and editing and, honestly, sabotaging their coworkers in real time to secure their contracts.
Which is fascinating. I mean, we need to look at what happens when these employees actively fight their bosses, which in this case is the production companies.
Yeah, let's start with the Real Housewives of New Jersey because they are currently filming season 15 in South Korea.
Right, which sounds like standard luxury programming on the surface.
It does, but the reporting indicates this trip is actually like a massive desperation move from production.
Oh, 100%. The underlying context for New Jersey right now is that season 15 has reportedly been just an incredibly dull, lackluster snooze.
A total snooze.
Yeah. And to understand why a trip to South Korea is basically a panic button, you really have to look at the structure of their employment contracts.
Okay, break that down for us because I think a lot of people don't realize how the pay structure actually works.
So these cast members are currently only guaranteed 10 episodes.
Wow, just 10?
Just 10. If production cannot cobble together enough compelling narrative to justify a full standard 20-plus episode season, the show wraps early.
And the cast just doesn't get paid for those unproduced episodes, right?
Exactly. So the production company is staring down this ticking clock. They basically pack everyone onto a plane to a hyper-stimulating environment, hoping that the jet lag and the culture clash will just force some usable friction.
But the friction isn't happening, which is the crazy part.
Yeah.
And it's largely because veteran cast member TERESA GIUDICE is stubbornly refusing to offer up the actual real-life drama happening in her world.
Yeah, she is reportedly completely blocking any filming regarding the recent arrest of her 20-year-old daughter, Milania.
Which is huge news. I mean, based on the court records from the reporting, the situation is incredibly serious.
Very serious. This stems from a May 14th domestic incident in Montville Township.
Right.
Milania was charged with simple assault after allegedly punching a victim who is identified only as LR in the forehead.
Which, I mean, yikes.
Yeah, and she entered a not guilty plea. So the legal stakes are very real here, and jail time is a potential outcome.
I just struggle to see how production navigates this. Like, they hired TERESA for her quote-unquote reality. And a high-profile family legal crisis is the ultimate reality TV storyline.
Yeah.
But she is drawing a hard line.
She is completely withholding it.
Yeah. So, I mean, is she just a star who is terrified for her kid, or is this a calculated leverage play?
Honestly, it functions as a wildcat labor strike. Like, she is the marquee talent, and she's choosing to withhold the core product she is paid to deliver, which is her personal life.
Right, because production companies usually have those clauses requiring cast members to film their real lives.
Exactly. But when a star like TERESA, who basically anchors the entire franchise, calls their bluff, production is completely paralyzed.
They can't fire her mid-season without tanking the viewership.
But her refusal starves them of the footage they need for that 10-episode quota.
Yeah.
It's a total standoff between labor and management.
It really is. But then over on the Real Housewives of Orange County, we're seeing the exact opposite strategy.
Oh, yeah, a totally different playbook.
Right. Instead of a veteran withholding information to stall production, we have a veteran actively weaponizing corporate policy to eliminate a newcomer.
Shannon Bedore.
Yes. Shannon managed to get Katie Janela fired.
Yeah.
And the mechanism she used is just so wild to me. Katie claims Shannon went to production and literally stated that she felt, quote, unsafe around her.
And that specific word choice, unsafe, that's where the corporate reality of Bravo really reveals itself.
Oh, 100%. It's the ultimate buzzword.
Because NBC Universal, the parent company, is a massive corporate entity. They have a highly risk-averse legal department.
Right.
So when an employee on a set formally declares they feel unsafe, the issue is immediately escalated. It goes out of the hands of the creative producers and straight into the hands of human resources and legal counsel.
Because the creative team might want the drama of a feud, but the legal team just sees a massive liability, right?
Exactly. They see a potential lawsuit.
So using the word unsafe basically acts as an HR trump card. You just bypass the producers entirely.
Yep, it's a corporate loophole.
And Katie pointed this out herself. She noted that a corporation of that size has to take the word seriously, regardless of whether she's actually a physical threat. And, it worked.
It worked perfectly.
Katie claims Bravo completely iced her out, to the point where they banned her from attending Cynthia Bailey's birthday party, just to ensure she wouldn't cross paths with the main cast.
The effectiveness of that maneuver really highlights a glaring structural double standard in how production handles cast behavior, though.
Oh, for sure. Explain that a bit more.
Well, Katie is removed from making a veteran feel unsafe, but Katie is also publicly pointing out a series of blatant microaggressions she experienced from the established cast that went completely unpunished.
Yeah, the reporting highlighted a hot pot event that Katie hosted. And hot pot obviously has deep cultural significance in Asian communities, but Katie says the cast sat around openly mocking the food.
That's just so messed up.
It is. Emily Simpson even put an egg in her purse to turn the meal into a punchline.
Unbelievable.
And Katie also brought up Emily bringing a fake lie detector test with hired actors to a Persian New Year party. She essentially turned a celebrated cultural holiday into a circus act.
And see, the discrepancy in how these incidents are handled by production tells you everything about where the network's priorities lie.
Right, because a newcomer's valid complaints about cultural mockery don't trigger the same HR alarms as a high-value veteran claiming they feel unsafe.
The veterans understand their value to the company, and they exploit it. It's that simple.
Yeah, and this protection of the veterans, it doesn't just happen vertically between the cast and the network. It's happening horizontally among the stars themselves.
Oh, the cross-franchise alliances.
Exactly. We're seeing this massive shift where reality stars are crossing franchise lines to form these protective alliances. Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills recently did the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, roaring 20th season.
Which she admitted she almost passed on, right?
Yeah, she was completely burned out from filming Beverly Hills.
And we know the off-camera demands on Kyle's energy are just relentless. I mean, while she was sequestered filming this girls' trip, the paparazzi caught her ex, Mauricio Umansky, kissing a mystery woman on a floating dock in Monte Carlo.
Ugh, I saw that. The mental toll of having your real-time family collapse playing out in the tabloids while you are contractually obligated to fight with women in a mansion, it's staggering.
It really is.
Yet she still showed up. But she noted her absolute shock at how wild behavior was from the Salt Lake City cast.
Oh yeah, and Giselle Bryant from Potomac echoed that exact sentiment, saying the Orange County women were totally out of control.
It's this weird collision of different corporate cultures. But Portia Williams actually gave the most revealing quote about how the veterans handle this.
What did she say?
She said the main established cast of the girls' trip, quote, rode like a little gang, unquote, to fiercely protect Lisa Barlow when the visiting cast members attacked her.
Rode like a little gang. That is an incredibly telling phrase.
Isn't it?
These women recognize that their individual brands are deeply tied to the perceived prestige of the veteran class.
Right.
If a newer, hungrier cast member from a different franchise manages to humiliate or take down Lisa Barlow, it establishes a precedent that the veterans are vulnerable.
Which they can't have.
No, they can't. So they effectively unionize. They drop their own inter-franchise beefs and form this shield wall to protect the ecosystem that pays them.
Okay, before we get into the limits of that protection, I actually want to take a quick second for a fun fact from our team. Did you know that the Vanderpump Rules cast literally has it baked into their contracts that they can be fired for refusing to film with an ex?
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's wild, which makes this next story even crazier. We're seeing this massive conversation erupting in the Vanderpump Rules universe about how network producers coddle male reality stars while holding the women to impossible standards.
This is the Sheena Shea situation.
Yes. Sheena recently revealed she is permanently banned from Lisa Vanderpump's new Las Vegas hotel. And her response was just scorched earth.
Mm.
She explicitly called Lisa Vanderpump a, quote, pick-me.
Which is a huge accusation. Sheena is really attacking the foundational producing philosophy of Lisa Vanderpump there.
She really is.
Her argument is that Lisa consistently offers endless chances and redemption arcs to toxic men, welcoming them back into the fold, while permanently exiling female cast members for far less severe infractions.
Yeah, and she used Tom Sandoval as her primary evidence. Sandoval's behavior has obviously been a focal point for years, but Sheena specifically pointed to his recent catastrophic relationship with Victoria Lee Robinson.
That whole situation was so dark.
It was. It devolved into mutual restraining orders, severe allegations of verbal and physical abuse from Victoria, and Sandoval even filed a restraining order against Victoria's father.
Just utter chaos.
Sheena categorized the entire dynamic as toxic from the jump. She framed it as the exact type of destructive male behavior that Lisa Vanderpump historically excuses and continues to employ.
The critique Sheena is making here goes way beyond a single Vegas hotel guest list, though. She's pointing out a systemic bias in how reality television is edited and produced.
Right, the lovable bad boy trope.
Exactly. The overarching narrative structure of these shows relies on it. Men who behave appallingly are afforded grace. They get to cry on camera, attend a therapy session, and be welcomed back by the maternal producer figure.
But the women.
Women who display the same level of volatility are just cemented as irredeemable villains.
But I have to ask, is it possible Sheena is conflating two different things here?
How do you mean?
Like, can she be genuinely angry about the systemic misogyny of the editing process while also just being deeply petty about losing her VIP access in Vegas? It feels like she's using a very legitimate feminist critique to just settle a personal score about a hotel ban.
I mean, both realities can coexist perfectly.
That's true.
Her motivation for speaking out might totally be petty retaliation for the hotel ban, but the ammunition she is using, the structural protection of toxic men, is incredibly potent because the audience already recognizes it to be true.
Right. Lisa's track record is well documented.
Exactly. Lisa is a known apologist for the men on her payroll. Sheena is just weaponizing that track record because she finally found herself on the wrong side of the velvet rope.
Wow. Okay, this brings us to what I think is the most unhinged part of our deep dive today.
Oh, I know where this is going.
We've talked about how veterans protect each other and how producers protect the men. But what happens when a male reality star gets so comfortable with this protection that he openly orchestrates a co-star's downfall on camera and completely forgets he's wearing a microphone?
The Jax Taylor hot mic.
Yes. Jax on the Valley has provided us with one of the most chilling hot mic moments in recent memory.
This is the moment the facade of reality television just completely dissolves for the audience.
It really does. So Nia Sanchez, who is also on the Valley, dropped a massive bombshell about a phone call she overheard between her husband, Danny Bucco, and Jax Taylor.
And this was between seasons 1 and 2, right?
Yes, in the gap between filming. Jax had Danny on speakerphone, and Nia heard Jax explicitly threaten him. Jax said, quote, "You got a good edit, and I got a bad edit, so I'm coming for you," unquote.
That is just, think about the psychology required to utter that sentence to a supposed friend.
Right.
You got a good edit, I got a bad edit. Jax isn't communicating with Danny as a human being there. He is communicating with him as a rival piece of intellectual property. Oh, that is such a good way to put it.
Jax recognizes that audience sympathy is a finite resource. In his mind, Danny's positive reception directly threatens Jax's value to the network.
So Jax then proceeded to push a completely fabricated storyline that Danny has a severe drinking problem, solely to sabotage Danny's public image.
Which is so damaging.
Nia said Danny was literally on the phone pleading with Jax, reminding him that they are friends in real life and that Danny has a family and a separate career outside of Bravo that this lie would destroy.
And Jax's refusal to back down in the face of those real-world consequences, that is a testament to how reality TV just rewires the brain over time.
Completely rewires it.
When you have survived in this highly produced ecosystem for over a decade, like Jax has, your primary survival instinct is narrative control. The show is the reality. Actual reality is just collateral damage to him.
Right. He views Danny's family and career as acceptable casualties, just to balance the scales of the quote-unquote edit. It's wild. And naturally, the immediate fan reaction was to assume that Jax's estranged wife, Brittany Cartwright, was secretly co-producing this takedown behind the scenes.
Yeah, people were coming for her. Jessie Lally, another castmate, openly accused Brittany of stewing the pot to help Jax.
But Nia stepped in, right?
She did. Naya actually stepped in and completely cleared Britney's name on this specific issue. She stated she doesn't believe Britney was intentionally involved in the plot against Danny and confirmed she and Britney are currently on good terms.
Naya drawing that boundary is really crucial because the collateral damage of Jax's maneuvering is detonating in other areas of his life right now, specifically within his own public relations team.
Oh my gosh, the situation with Lori Krebs is wild.
Tell them about Lori.
Okay, so Lori is a prominent publicist who represents both Jax and Britney. Recently, photos surfaced of Jax getting extremely cozy with Lori, which sent shockwaves through their entire circle.
I mean, you can't make this up.
No. And Sheena Shea, stepping in to defend Britney again, publicly ripped into Lori, calling her a, quote, feasting snake. Sheena claims she knew Lori was untrustworthy years ago and framed this as a massive, disgusting betrayal, especially since Britney considered Lori a close confidant for years.
The role of a publicist in reality television is entirely unique. They aren't just corporate representatives sending out press releases, they are crisis managers, therapists, and narrative architects.
They know all the skeletons.
Exactly. They have access to the darkest secrets of their clients. So when a publicist allegedly blurs personal and professional lines with one half of a warring reality TV couple, it's not just a personal betrayal.
Right, it compromises the whole system.
Yes, it compromises the entire apparatus that keeps these stars marketable.
Right.
Britney's defense system was basically breached from the inside.
It's crazy. And honestly, when we're spending this much time analyzing how a cast member openly threatens to ruin a coworker over an edit and dissecting the betrayals of their PR teams, I just have to wonder about the viewer's experience.
What do you mean?
Well, if the audience sees all the strings being pulled, if they know Jax is manufacturing a drinking problem for Danny purely for screen time, doesn't it ruin the magic? Or are we just past the point of wanting magic?
I don't think the audience wants magic anymore. I think they want to watch the prestige format of a psychological thriller.
Oh, that's interesting.
Viewers today are incredibly media literate. They know these scenes are heavily produced. So by leaving the hot mic moments in, by allowing the cast to break the fourth wall and argue about their edits, the network is shifting the entire premise of the show.
It's not a documentary anymore.
Exactly. The entertainment value is no longer in pretending this is a documentary. The entertainment is in watching sociologically fascinating people try, and often fail, to manipulate a massive television production.
They're so true. And a perfect, albeit much lighter example of this manipulation is happening right now on Summer House with Mia Calabrese and Carl Radke.
Oh, the crush conversation.
Yes. Carl is fresh off a very intense, highly publicized canceled wedding. Mia just went through a breakup with her boyfriend, Scott, and they are currently on camera having this incredibly measured, highly self-aware conversation about having crushes on each other.
But pay close attention to how Mia structures her dialogue in that scene.
Oh, she's so calculated with it.
She ensures that while she is establishing this flirtation, she explicitly states on camera that she needs time before seriously dating anyone. She goes out of her way to say she doesn't believe in jumping from one relationship to the next.
Right. She is acting as her own executive producer in real time. She is successfully planting the seed for a romantic storyline that guarantees her screen time for the rest of the season.
While simultaneously building a defensive wall around her personal brand.
Exactly. She makes sure the audience views her as a responsible, grounded woman taking time to heal, rather than someone acting recklessly after a split.
It's the exact same producing muscle Jax is using, just applied with finesse instead of a sledgehammer. So true. And honestly, when you synthesize all of this, TERESA withholding her life to starve production, Shannon Bedore using corporate buzzwords to trigger HR interventions, the veterans unionizing on the girls' trip, and the cast of The Valley openly going to war over their edits. The core thesis is just undeniable.
The show you are watching on your screen is just the byproduct.
Yes. The actual event is the chess match occurring off-camera between the cast, the producers, the legal departments, and the PR teams.
So to you, listening to this, the next time you turn on Bravo or Peacock, remember what you're actually looking at.
Right. When a glass is thrown or a dinner party devolves into screaming, you aren't just watching a petty disagreement.
No, you are watching a highly calculated, desperate battle for contract renewals, brand survival, and dominance within a corporate hierarchy. It is entirely about survival in an ecosystem that only rewards the most adaptable or the most ruthless employees. Which brings up a really interesting question for you to think about. As these reality stars become increasingly hyper-aware, constantly self-producing their dialogue to dodge bad edits and using legal loopholes to ice out their competition, the reality part is getting much harder to find.
Almost impossible.
So, will we eventually hit a breaking point where the audience rejects the highly edited, corporate-approved narratives entirely? Are we moving toward a future where the only reality TV we trust is a 24/7 unedited live-streamed feed just so we know we aren't being manipulated by a producer in a control room?
Or have we just accepted that the manipulation is the best part of the show?
I think it might be the latter. But speaking of manipulation, we actually have a massive story brewing about the Summer House reunion fallout that we just got some crazy tips on.
Oh, it is explosive.
It is. We're going to unpack all of that on tomorrow's Deep Dive, and trust me, you are not going to want to miss who was caught texting producers behind the scenes. Keep diving deep.